Wow, Donald Trump just finished a disastrous press conference in the White House. The, I guess, purpose of this press conference was to talk about how he was going to be sending the National Guard into Washington, D.C. and other military forces based on the lie that crime is through the roof in Washington, D.C. when violent crime is actually way down. But Donald Trump then started talking about his meeting with Putin on Friday in Alaska, and Donald Trump kept on saying that Alaska is Russia. And Trump kept saying, I am meeting Putin in Russia during this press conference. Watch him say that. Here, play this clip.
See, this is a tragic emergency. And it's embarrassing for me to be up here. You know, I'm going to see Putin. I'm going to Russia on Friday. I don't like being up here talking about how unsafe and how dirty and disgusting this once beautiful capital was, with graffiti all over the walls. It's another part of it.
And here again, Donald Trump says that this will be a big thing. I am going to be seeing Putin in Russia. Donald, Alaska is part of the United States. Or are you going to be giving Alaska to Putin? Here, play this clip.
So look, let's just do this. Let's do this. It's going to be a big thing. We're going to Russia. That's going to be a big deal.
I think it's also just important for you all to know that in Russian schools, it's often taught that Alaska is still part of Russia. So the fact that Donald Trump is kind of pushing that tells you a lot. Then Donald Trump starts attacking California Governor Gavin Newsom, calls him new scum, and then Donald Trump just starts cursing during this press conference about National Guardsmen in D.C. Here, play this clip.
Lost their spirit, they've lost their heart, because the mayor's incompetent, and Gavin Newsom is incompetent. Got a good line of bullshit, but that's about it. He's incompetent. And you have Los Angeles is, you know, it's amazing. You know, I called, the first thing I did, I got the Olympics to go there. I was the one that got it. And
all right, so I guess here he finally is talking about Washington, D.C., and he goes, we're going to make D.C. beautiful, but then he says, like the White House. Do you see what I'm doing with the White House? Do you see all of the gold in the White House? Do you see how I'm building a ballroom? You know, I do this on my spare time. I'm making the White House so beautiful. Here, play this clip.
Some of the buildings, we're going to add to it. You see what we've done at the White House. White House is a whole different building. I do that in my part-time because it's a natural instinct as a real estate person. I was very good at that, and I was very good at fixing things up. I like fixing things up. You see what's happening. The marble floors are being reinstalled, renovated, fixed. The whole place is becoming very beautiful. We're going to be adding a magnificent ballroom, most beautiful ballroom, I think, anywhere. We need it. I would have certainly loved to have had it today. I think we would have filled it up. A lot of you are standing outside, can't get in this room. I've never seen the room like.
And then Donald Trump attacks the idea of low-income housing. He's like, why would you build low-income housing? Why would you do any of this? For the 1 millionth time, everybody, Donald Trump hates low-income people. Donald Trump hates middle-class people. The only people Donald Trump likes are billionaires, and he likes taking their money in order to enrich himself. Like, do y'all realize that? Here, play this clip.
And now they're talking about putting, this is among the most beautiful areas was in the country. Now they're talking about putting low-income housing there. Can you believe this? I love low-income housing. I made money with low-income housing. I built low-income housing. I know more about low-income housing and luxury housing. I know about everything real estate. They want to replace some of those homes with low-income housing. They haven't gotten their permits yet.
So then Donald Trump attacks Ukrainian President Zelensky and says, I disagree with him. I very much disagree with him on a number of things. What did he do? What do you disagree with him that he did? Here, play this clip.
And I get along with Zelensky, but, you know, I disagree with what he's done. Very, very severely disagree. This is a war that should have never happened, wouldn't have happened. But
Zelensky got invaded by Russia, Donald. You disagree with Zelensky. What should he have done? Oh, Donald Trump saying that Zelensky should have just surrendered. Then Donald Trump says, I'm bothered by the fact that Zelensky is saying that the Ukrainian constitution does not allow him just to give Putin land. And Donald Trump says that bothers him. And then Donald Trump says, I know through Russia. So, I mean, Russia is his source of all of this information. Here, play this clip.
They need, but I want to have a meeting set up between the two leaders. I was a little bothered by the fact that Zelensky was saying, well, I have to get constitutional approval. I mean, he's got approval to go into war and kill everybody, but he needs approval to do a land swap, because there'll be some land swapping going on. I know that through Russia and through conversations with everybody, to the good, for the good of Ukraine. Good stuff, not bad stuff. Also, some bad stuff for both. So there's good and there's bad. But it's very complex because you have lines that are very uneven, and there'll be some swapping, there'll be some changes in land, and the word that they will use is, they make changes. We're going to change the lines, the battle lines.
But Donald Trump says it was very respectful. He says that that Putin is going to be visiting him, that's very respectful. So he's upset at Putin, but is very grateful. He's upset at Zelensky, but he's very grateful for Putin. Here, play this clip.
But I thought it was very respectful that the president of Russia is coming to our country as opposed to us going to his country or even a third party place. But I think we'll have constructive conversations. Then after that meeting, immediately, maybe as I'm flying out, maybe as I'm leaving the room, I'll be calling the European leaders who I get along with very well.
All right. Now I'm trying to get back to what I guess the purpose of this press conference was supposed to be, where Donald Trump claims that he's invoking Section 740 of the District of Columbia Home Rule, declaring that there's an emergency, that this is why the federal government needs to send the National Guard in. As Josh Breisblatt says, anything to get Epstein and his flailing economy out of the headlines. Here, play this clip.
And worse. This is Liberation Day in D.C., and we're going to take our capital back. We're taking it back. Under the authorities vested in me as the President of the United States, I'm officially invoking Section 740 of the District of Columbia Home Rule Act. You know what that is? And placing the D.C. Metropolitan Police Department under direct federal control, and you'll be meeting the people that will be directly involved with that. Very good people, but they're tough. And they know what's happening, and they've done it before.
How much time, money, and energy have you spent on health, wellness, and beauty products to look and feel younger and healthier? If you're like me, probably too much. Now, I'm so excited to share with you guys C15 from Fatty 15, the first emerging essential fatty acid to be discovered in more than 90 years. Now, it's an incredible scientific breakthrough to support our long-term health and wellness, and you guessed it, healthy aging. Fatty 15 co-founder Dr. Stephanie Van Watson, she discovered the benefits of C15 while working with the U.S. Navy to continually improve the health and welfare of aging dolphins. Now, based on over 100 studies, we now know that C15 strengthens our cells and is a key to healthy aging nutrient, which helps to slow biological aging at the cellular level. Now, in fact, when our cells don't have enough C15, they become fragile and age faster. And when our cells age, our bodies age too. So Fatty 15 is a science-backed, award-winning, patent 100% pure C15 supplement. It's vegan-friendly, free of flavors, allergens, or preservatives. Fatty 15 has 3 times more cellular benefits than omega-3s or fish oil. I love Fatty 15. I've personally seen the benefits. Definitely check this stuff out. Best of all, Fatty 15 comes in a gorgeous reusable glass bamboo jar, and refills are shipped right to your door. Now, Fatty 15 is on a mission to optimize your C15 levels to help support your long-term health and wellness, now especially as you age. You can get an additional 15% off their 90-day subscription starter kit by going to fatty15.com/Meidas and using code Meidas at checkout.
Then you have Defense Secretary, former Fox host Pete Hegseth speaks, and he keeps doing this stupid like karate chop thing with his hand. It's just so dumb looking. Like, he thinks that makes him look strong. Like, you look like an idiot, dude. And then Hegseth goes, you know, there are other units we're bringing in, National Guard, Special Forces. We're bringing them all into Washington, D.C. Here, play this clip.
And at your direction this morning, we've mobilized the D.C. National Guard. It'll be operationalized by the Secretary of the Army, Dan Driscoll, through the D.C. Guard. You will see them flowing into the streets of Washington in the coming week. At your direction as well, sir, there are other units we are prepared to bring in. Other National Guard units, other specialized units. They will be strong, they will be tough, and they will stand with their law enforcement partners. This is nothing new for DOD. As the president noted, at the border, we've got 10,000 troops down there who've been operating in defense cooperation areas, defense zones, where there's zero illegal crossings because of troops on strikers scanning the border. We've been protecting other people's borders for 20 years. It's about time we protect our own. And we're working with ICE and CBP. In Los Angeles, we did the same thing.
Okay, so then Trump tries to talk more about Washington, D.C., but then talks about how radical left groups started ripping down statues. What are you talking about? Removing Confederate statues and other things? What is this guy talking about? Here, play this clip.
Thank you very much.
Sir.
Thank you. So, just to conclude, Washington, D.C. should be one of the safest, cleanest, most beautiful places anywhere in the world. It was years ago. We had one problem that was a pretty big problem. The radical left got out of control and they started trying to rip down statues. And I said, let's go pass a law real fast. We're going to do it real fast. But we were blocked by the Democrats who do not want safety.
Then Donald Trump says, we're going to get rid of all of the slums. We're going to get rid of them. Now, you heard what he said earlier, too, how much he hates the idea of low income housing. Like, he was grossed out. Low income housing. And I was like, we're attacking the slums. We're destroying the slums. I mean, just his whole idea of using military force against low income and impoverished civilians. Here, play this clip.
And we're getting rid of the slums, too. We have slums here. We're getting rid of them. I know it's not politically correct. You'll say, oh, so terrible. No, we're getting rid of the slums where they live.
Then he praises his disastrous budget bill, which will remove 17 million Americans from healthcare. Play this clip.
So we'll vote. We don't have a big majority, but we've gotten everything, including the great, big, beautiful bill. Got that done, and that's one of the greatest things that's ever happened to people in this country. They're starting to figure it out, how good it is. Biggest tax cut in history. So many things.
Then Pam Bondi speaks, and here Pam Bondi says, crime is hereby gone in Washington, D.C. Let's play it.
Let me be crystal clear. Crime in D.C. is ending and ending today. We are going to use every power we have to fight criminals here. President, thank you for caring about our capital.
I try to decipher what the hell Donald Trump means here. He goes, there are countries where every Saturday you have people washing the sidewalks in front of their stores. They scrub their sidewalks. We're not quite there yet. Here, play this clip.
You have countries where every Saturday the people go out and they wash their sidewalks in front of their stores or their houses. They scrub their sidewalks. So we aren't quite at that level yet, I don't think. Gaddy, we're not quite there yet, but maybe we will. They go out and they scrub. I think it's so beautiful to hear that and to see those stories. But we're going to make it clean. But just to finish with.
And then Donald Trump further attacks Los Angeles. And then Donald Trump says that if it wasn't for him sending the National Guard into Los Angeles 3 months ago, Los Angeles would have burned down because, he says, the water didn't reach Los Angeles. I mean, the guy is so cognitively impaired. What are you talking about the wildfires, or are you talking about the National Guard? Are you talking about the Army Corps of Engineers? Dude, what the hell are you actually talking about here? Because after the fires were 100% contained in Southern California back in January, you had the Army Corps of Engineers release 2 billion gallons from reservoirs in Northern California onto farmland that don't even reach Southern California and harm the farmers. The water's not even connected, and the fire was 100% contained. Are you talking about that? You believe that there's a faucet connecting Canada and California, which doesn't exist? What the hell are you even talking about? Or are you talking about when you sent National Guards people into Los Angeles and had them just stand around a building and do nothing, where their morale was so low that lots of people don't even want to be a part of the National Guard? What are you talking about? Anyway, let's just play that clip. Let's play it.
But when I look at Chicago and I look at LA, if we didn't go to LA 3 months ago, LA would be burning like the part that didn't burn. If he would have allowed the water to come down, which I told him about in my first term, I said, you're going to have problems, let it come down. We actually sent in our military to have the water come down into LA. They still didn't want it to come down after the fires. But that was it. We have it coming down. But hopefully.
Well, there you have it, folks. Donald Trump's disastrous press conference. He did say that he's now going to potentially go to Chicago next, and go to other cities and do what he's doing in DC and Los Angeles, to other democratic cities. It's full-blown idiotic fascism before our very eyes. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 6 million subscribers.
The truth is more important than ever. Check out our new Truth Over Lies collection at store.meidastouch.com. All 100% USA union made.